I don't know if you guys have seen the movie Materialist, but there's a line called "Love is easy, dating is hard."
I would say for me, it has been the opposite of the line you just said. Falling in love is my biggest challenge. What I'm asking for is a lot.
That piece of paper shouldn't change much, right?
But it does change a lot.
In your opinion, maybe.
It's a promise that you're making to each other that we are now committing to something bigger than our own.
And at the end of the day, if you look at the concept of marriage, that did not exist hundreds of years ago. This is a man-made construct. A monogamy is also a social construct.
I've had terrible experiences with women who are really, really into astrology.
Really?
So as soon as someone even brings it up as a joke, then I have to go and dive down into it. Like, is she making major life decisions about what tasks to do, what to buy, what not to buy?
What to marry.
For me, I get a lot of women, not because of my shirtless pictures, but because they also like going to the seaside. They love beaches as well. So there's something in common.
That I don't think love is something that everyone is guaranteed to have. It's a matter of chance.
I don't agree with that. I cannot imagine my life without love. I'll make it happen.
They will ask jokingly, like, what's your caste? Because my parents want XYZ.
Oh my God.
I think they're trying to avoid Kalesh.
On modern dating apps, well-educated and still, okay, not a Banya, not a Rajput, no.
Women get a lot of likes, but most of the women that I've spoken to, they say that the quality is not there, it's just quantity.
You cannot know quality unless you speak to them.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Verona Roundtable. Per popular demand, we have assembled a panel of young, wonderful, single men who are going to weigh in on matters of dating, relationships, marriage, and what the challenges are that men face. Welcome all.
Thank you.
Glad to be here.
Thank you for coming. What is something that you feel poses the greatest challenge in dating for you guys?
Finding somebody who's emotionally available. That's
Really?
been one challenge for me, yeah.
Interesting. You know, it's so funny because we hear a lot of complaints from women that men are not emotionally available enough.
I personally think it's not a men or
not a
women
gender
thing, it's a gender thing. It's just a human thing. I've come across plenty of women who don't know what they want or they're just confused, and which is fine. It's not a criticism. Perhaps that's not what I'm looking for at this stage of my life. I want somebody who has clarity and who has the bandwidth. And not only emotional availability, but also to be able to devote time. That's also been one of the challenges.
And do you feel like you have clarity?
Yeah, now I do. Perhaps maybe 5 years ago I did not, but now I'm pretty sure I do.
I don't know if you guys have seen the movie Materialist, but there's a line, "Love is easy, dating is hard." So like falling in love is easy with someone, but dating is like a performative, kind of has become performative. You go on dates and you're trying to like impress and you kind of shape shift and take that shape. Oh, then the person will like me, which I stopped doing like many years back.
Would you say it's almost like you feel like you're auditioning for a role every time and you're trying to like project a version of yourself?
People are always presenting the best Instagram self of themselves, right? Like the best thing, like, oh, I'm fit, or I go to the gym, or I do this, which kind of makes it a bit fake. It doesn't feel organic.
I would say for me, it has been the opposite of the line you just said. Falling in love is my biggest challenge. I haven't faced issues with emotional availability, but after that, my biggest challenge has been falling in love.
What do you think is stopping you though?
I think it's a combination of my unique lived experience and my expectations and my practical constraints. You cannot build a life of your vision by yourself with someone who will just follow that vision blindly. You have to find a middle ground. You have to let go of some things, even if they're important to you, to support the dreams and the vision of the other person. You're not going to find someone who exactly matches what you exactly want. And that's the challenge I'm facing right now, that which part to give up.
Do you think there's like kind of a misalignment in terms of sometimes women's expectations out of you in a dating context or a partner that you feel are perhaps unfair, unjustified?
I personally don't have any such experience. I've heard from many people where women really obsess over height, salary, and anything like that.
Some constraints from family, like caste, ye gotra. They're missing out on the bigger things which will really make the relationship thrive for the next 50, 60 years.
When you bring yourself with intention, you have a awareness of yourself. It's really easy to pick that level of awareness in someone else and filter that out pretty soon.
To take the example of income, say, right? Like, do you feel that that's not a valid thing for a woman to look for when perhaps she herself is excelling professionally?
I mean, definitely it is an important thing because it kind of matches people on their lifestyle level. And that's a very critical thing. Like, people should have expectations, but they should be realistic. Unrealistic expectations are the ones which are causing issues, not realistic. So imagine somebody like wanting their partner to be earning 4x or 5x of them, right? That doesn't make sense.
Do you think there's anything that women don't understand about how men operate?
I necessarily do not think you can put all women in one bracket, because I've come across all different kinds of women, right? I've come across women who were looking for a provider. I've been on dates where the woman insisted that she wanted to get the bill, and it's happened plenty of times. And her point was essentially, I'm not looking for your money. I am interested in you as a person, right? So I don't think there's one size fits all. But just to go back to the previous conversation, I can give you an example. For example, I was gonna go on a date with this girl, and I live in Gurgaon, and she was at that time based in Ghaziabad, which is, well, technically the same metropolitan area, but about 2.5 hours away. And she expected me to pick her up for a date. And for me, that's not only unrealistic, impractical, but for me, that's like, I'm sorry, I think I do not want to be going on a date with such a person, because it just, for me, that's major red flag. Yeah, I mean, she's not for me.
I sometimes wonder, like, what are they thinking? Like, what is making them think that this is a reasonable ask to even ask it? Like,
Princess treatment.
yeah.
I understand there might be guys out there who would be willing to, and fair, I hope she finds that kind of person. I'm not the right match for her, right?
Right.
That's all. I mean,
But realistically
there's no wrong
speaking,
or right.
even if a guy does agree to this, it's impractical, it's unreasonable. And if he does this in the beginning and then stops being consistent, he will get blamed for love bombing in the beginning and losing consistency.
No, I think what your concern was not necessarily that specific date, but rather how it reflects on that individual's level of respect for your time and consideration for you as a person, right?
Yeah.
And the fact that like you would have been happy to maybe arrange a car for her or help her get a cab if she needed it, but you also value your time in that way. So are there other red flags, so to speak, that really make you feel that, this isn't the right fit for me?
For me, it's astrology. I've had terrible experiences with women who are really, really into astrology. As soon as someone even brings it up as a joke, which is fine, but it makes me alert. Then I have to go and dive down into it. Like, how much does she actually believe in it? Is it just for, giggles and memes? Or is she making major life decisions about what tasks to do, what to buy, what not to buy?
Who to marry.
And one thing I really don't appreciate is when women take their parents' conditions, especially around caste and kundli and manglik and all those things, and they just go like, parents ko chahiye isliye main kar rahi hu. And I get that, but I don't think that's right. Like, if you don't believe in it, you should stand up against your parents. And then they will ask jokingly, like, what's your caste? Because my parents want XYZ.
Oh my God.
I think they're trying to avoid Kalesh, but instead of educating the parents and like giving feedback upwards, they're marrying their pool.
On modern dating apps, well-educated, great positions, working, very successful career-wise.
For sure.
And still not a Banya, not a Rajput. No.
Are your parents particular about caste?
Like, I have no religion, no caste, no subcaste, no language, nothing. I'm like, no. Because that narrows my options, right? Like, I might miss out on a really great person. And honestly, how does that even matter?
If there were ever a case where you really liked a person, but your parents didn't like them, would you proceed?
It really depends on why my parents don't like them. They maybe know something that I don't, or they're seeing something that I don't see in terms of her behavior, in terms of her outlook. Maybe she's doing a very good job at performing in front of me, but slips in front of my parents, and then my parents notice something, then that would be a serious concern.
And to add to it, like, fortunately, my family, like, there's no issue. They're not that narrow-minded, and they have not put any constraints on me, but they got to educate my family and like try to discuss with them instead of like just striking off someone.
My family couldn't care less, and I don't really care what they think, honestly. It's just me and the person. It's two of us, right?
What is something that makes a guy or some of you feel genuinely loved in a relationship?
Men are conditioned in the patriarchal society that you have to be the man, you have to be the provider, you have to be the caretaker of everyone. You can't like fall weak, you can't like be sad, or you can't be dealing with something. You just always have to act a certain way. I try to see that does this person want me to fit in a role, or is she like really open for the authentic me?
Someone who allows you to
Be me.
be you and not always present a strong front 100% of the time.
Nobody can be strong.
No one can.
And they're faking.
I think everyone has their love languages, male and female. And I think this is a good conversation to have in the beginning phases to understand how you like to give love and how you like to receive love, and whether that's something you can do. Like, can you give love the way the other person likes to receive it? And I think it's not really a gender thing. I think this is just a conversation that any new couple should be having.
I agree. I totally feel that everybody is super individual, but I definitely think that sometimes, like, I don't know how to help a guy. Like, if I feel there's distance coming in between us in the relationship, like, I just don't know what he wants. And it has happened many times where they'll pull away or they'll pull back or they'll become distant. And I'm like, should I like go try to talk to him? Should I like leave him alone?
It really depends on the person.
Or maybe he's fearing being judged, that okay, or she'll think that okay, I'm acting sissy in this area or something, I'm not able to deal with it. Like it will break the image that he wants to maybe portray. So maybe if you like make him feel that he can open up and it like make him feel safe that he can open up, maybe, I don't know. It also depends on the guy that whether he's learned to open up or not.
Interesting.
In my experience, I've found many times guys don't have the guts to say that I'm not really into this anymore. And that's why they get distant. That's why they get inconsistent as compared to how they were before. So maybe the guy goes to Ghaziabad to pick her up and go on the date. Done that 3 times, but now he just doesn't like her. In the beginning, when you're meeting someone, you don't know anything. So you're excited, you're curious, you're wondering what this person is all about. And as you get to know them, there is a very good chance that you don't like this person that you have discovered. And that's where a lot of people fail to communicate, because you spend this time together, you've done all of these things together, and it's not very obvious that this is not a good match, but deep down you know that you don't want to go forward. So guys, they distance, they become less consistent. They're like, "Main Ghaziabad nahi aa raha hu. You come to Gurgaon now."
So if a guy is distancing from me, like I should take it as a sign he's not interested in me anymore.
It could be one of the reasons. Another reason could be he just needs space because something else is bothering me. Another reason could be he's not comfortable opening up with you yet.
I think you can check a couple of times till if the person is distancing, that means they're not interested.
As women, like we love to talk things out a lot. Like we love to go and talk to our friends and talk to our therapists. But everybody we talk, right? I've noticed like sometimes guys just don't want to talk about it. Like they just want to go play video games with their friends or like get space from the situation. But maybe that doesn't necessarily mean that they want to break up with me. They're just like, they process things differently sometimes.
Yeah, but I mean, if as a man, if you're trying to build a relationship with someone, you have to communicate. So if this person is unable to communicate, it's not the right person for you. Like they have to learn this.
Like, do you believe in your heart of hearts, deep down, that men and women can be friends?
I used to have differing opinions on this. In my 20s, I used to think that they can be. And as I'm growing older, I think it's only possible with very strong, good boundaries, clear boundaries. If you're single and you have a female friend who's single, then it doesn't matter. But if any one of you is dating, if you two are doing activities which are date-like, then it's disrespectful to the partner of the person who's not involved in this situation. You can be friends, but don't go around doing things that only people who are dating would do. We can switch places.
Sure.
So
In the middle of the episode? Okay. Small interlude, mix up.
is this fine?
That's all right.
How does a woman's past experiences, whether it's a marriage, whether it's past relationships, impact your view of your future compatibility with that person?
Initially, none for me. Like I have my own past. I've dated people who have never dated anyone. Also, I've met people who have dated a lot of people. So in the beginning, it doesn't matter for me. I just go in. But then if I start seeing a pattern of them judging me or suspecting me or
like
asking
bringing
too many
trust
questions,
issues.
yeah. So if they're carrying forward the baggage from the previous relationship, then it's an issue. If not, if they've sorted it, if they've worked through it, if they've done some self-work therapy, then it's all good.
I think if a person is really damaged, that can make things difficult. It creates a lot of difficulty for them to open up, for them to fall in love again. It becomes quite a big responsibility for me to be able to have that patience, go do a lot more than I would normally have to in order to make them feel comfortable, to be able to have that sense of openness again. And the problem is that now I know this person, and now that project of making them feel comfortable is finished. Now that we're actually getting to know each other, maybe we discover that we are not so compatible. Then that's going to be even more damaging to them. They're like, I finally opened up after all of this.
Right.
It was all for nothing.
People are like getting burned out. I've seen a lot of like women, they're getting burned out of this whole dating and finding a life partner thing. When I'm talking to someone, I'm trying to see their openness. Are they like how like chatty they are, and are they trying to bring up new topics? But if they're not, then that seems like they're burned out, they're tired, and maybe they're restraining themselves and not really opening up, which kind of kills the purpose of the whole process. That how long should one wait to like go deep or like talk about deeper topics?
It's hard. Like I think because dating has been so reduced to almost like an experience of window shopping, and dating apps have kind of made it really a numbers game. You find people who are just like probably reliving the same date again and again and again.
People are just going like superficially. They're going through 100 profiles and then saying that I'm not able to find a person. But did you really go deep? Like to build that deep connection, the other person has to open up, and you also have to let them in. You have to open up as well and show them your true self, and then see that if this person is fit for 1 year, 10 years, 50 years.
What does being a good husband mean to you?
I can't speak because I haven't had the experience, right, of being a husband. And I think a lot of things I would kind of learn when the time, if and when the time comes, right? Also, you signing that document, that piece of paper shouldn't change much, right?
But it does change a lot.
In your opinion, maybe, right? But not in everyone's opinion, right? Some people say it's just a signature or whatever, it's a piece of paper, right? It's still two human beings. At the end of the day, if you look at the concept of marriage, that did not exist hundreds of years ago. This is a man-made construct. This is all a social construct, right? A monogamy is also a social construct.
Okay, well, then why don't I reframe it to like, what is a good being a good partner?
I was going to say that.
I also believe in chemistry, and that can only take you so far, but that spark has to be there. If two people are not attracted, you can try to do your best to get along and make it work, but then it will, in my opinion, it'll eventually fizzle out if that spark isn't there.
Do you guys agree with this point of physical attraction?
I mean, on paper, compatibility without attraction won't work out because they're just compatible on
what if they
paper.
check every box that you're looking for?
A lot of people say the spark fizzles out, but as he said, if there's no spark and whatever you're trying to make happen, that will also fizzle out. Spark fizzles out, this fizzles out. You need both. You need chemistry and you need compatibility. Otherwise, something will fizzle out eventually. And for a lot of people, that's fine because they don't have too many expectations from life and they're agreed that this is what it is and this is just what we have to do. But I don't think love is something that everyone is guaranteed to have. It's a matter of chance. It's a matter of luck.
Really?
You may have it, you may not have it. There's no guarantees. There's no universe conspiring for you to have love, making sure each and everyone gets it.
I mean, I believe in making it happen. I cannot imagine my life without love. I'll make it happen.
Just by virtue of being born, like, am I entitled to the great love of my life? I don't know, like, is it a matter of chance or is it a matter of making it happen and prioritizing it so much that you just will it into existence?
I mean, it's not entitlement, but it's a need. Like, for me, like, I cannot imagine not being married or not having a family because that's always how I've envisioned my life. I honestly can't put myself in the shoes of people who are like at 40, 50, 60, wandering around the world alone, like nobody to share their feelings with. A partner has its own role and like they're filling a certain gap in your life. For me, it's not even an entitlement. It's like I have to work towards and I'll get it.
Yeah.
That's positive thinking, but that's you can talk about that with anything. The dream job, the dream business. It's a combination of your hard work. It's a combination of your will and a bit of chance. Now, obviously, if your attitude is it's not happening, so I'm just going to give up, then obviously nothing will happen.
If the person I'm looking for was like so easy to get, then I would have found them longer ago, right? But there are certain type of person which takes time.
Right, and you're not gonna lower your standards at any point.
I've changed my requirements a bit, like
really?
over time, but like I've not left any of the must-haves. I don't think anybody should let go of this. That other person should be communicative and expressive because there's 40 years of conversations after this.
Do you guys need like a woman to be like really career driven or ambitious? Is that something that you value in a partner?
Oh, I think it's funny. I think my perspectives have changed a little bit.
Oh, really?
Over the years, I think that's something I valued probably more. But now, in fact, if somebody is maybe too driven or too ambitious, they might just not have the time to devote to a relationship. I can't come across women who are just so engrossed in their careers or starting their businesses, they just don't have the time to devote. And that person's not for me.
But on the flip side, like, would you be cool with someone who didn't have anything going on? Like, they were like, okay, like, I'm here, I have all the time for you, but I don't have like that much else going on.
You know what? I would be all right with that potentially, because for me now, what I value is somebody who will take care of me, who will give me time, who will give me love. Of course, you need to have emotionally, intellectually stimulating conversations, but yeah, I think I would be potentially open to that. Somebody who's not making a lot of money, and somebody who has more time. I mean, there's more to life than a 9 to 5. It's all, again, a man-made construct.
I think Avi and I are coming from the marriage perspective. He's talking more from the dating perspective. I think that's why there's a difference in tone of...
I think you're talking about marriage right now.
So I don't think you can just segregate dating and marriage.
Dating is towards marriage, right?
I mean, courtship.
Yeah, but again, like for me, like marriage is just a word, but I think we just give too much importance to the term. There's not much of a difference than in a serious relationship than marriage. If you talk about human emotion and practicality is just this. Again, it's not just a bit of paper.
I think symbolism matters. It's not just in marriage, in anything. For me, the symbolism of marriage is not just coming from social pressure or from the cultural aspect, but it's a promise that you're making to each other that we are now committing to something bigger than our own. Of course, it can still be broken. If it gets really, really bad, then you have to stop it. But it does create a barrier. When you take that step, you're committing to a lifelong commitment. The symbolism of which is important to me.
Yeah, it's not about the paper. It's about the thought of going into it, that we have a pact, that we are going to build something.
It's supported by the social constructs.
Sure.
Because breaking off a marriage is not just about breaking a commitment to each other. It's also doesn't look good socially and all of those things. The fundamental reason why I support the idea of marriage is because it's a promise that you're making that is based on something more than just words. You are basically involving a third party, the government, to make sure that you are keeping the promises that you're making right now.
But even that's not stopping people, right? So yeah, the commitment they have made to each other, not to their families, not to like people who came in the wedding and for reception and all, but to each other.
It's a sacrament. Like, I think it has more to do with what it means to you. Like, there are people who might take it casually, and there are people who feel it's sacred. Like, people also view it as a religious commitment as well. Like, sometimes the government, sometimes it's God, you know, and how do you face God after that?
But I think if the reason why you're keeping it going is because it's sacred or is because it's cultural or my family will not approve of this divorce, those are not the right reasons. The people who do get into a divorce, not all of them, of course, but like a significant chunk, is not because they made this commitment to each other because they were extremely short. It's because they fell into the trap of social obligations or religious obligations or whatever. If you're getting married for the wrong reasons, it's bound to happen because we are getting more and more individualistic as our society is getting more modern. And eventually that marriage, which you did not get in for the right reasons, will start feeling suffocating.
What are some other things that you all have evolved your view on over time when it comes to what you want in a partner?
Personality is something that will not fade away with time, whereas looks will. So are they like into traveling? Can we like discuss deeper things? Do they have like opinions on how we should invest? Like everything. Or they just always take cute pictures for Instagram, but not living the real thing. Like that matters a lot for me.
Is there anything you've evolved, Avijit, like you've evolved your opinion on over time?
Not really. I mean, I want to.
When you're telling me that when you were 20 and now you have the same list.
No, I wasn't thinking about any of this when I was 20. I started having a much more serious approach to dating and finding a serious relationship only 3 to 4 years ago. And since then, I have evolved and grown in many ways. But the kind of people that I get along with, the kind of people that I really enjoy spending time with, has more or less stayed consistent.
All of you are really traveled individuals. You have a lot of global exposure. Is that something that you'd look for in a partner? Is that really a deal breaker? Someone who hasn't really gotten that international worldview?
It's not essential, but it definitely helps a lot.
Why do you think that is?
When you explore outside of your comfort zone, you don't have to have literal global exposure. You just have to have exposure outside of your bubble. And that could just even mean going to Hampi and staying there for a week. Like it doesn't have to be international. It just has to be outside of your comfort zone. It just has to be outside of what you have known your entire life. And I think if people do that, it changes them. It makes them more open-minded. Things don't have to be this exact way. They can be also this way, and it's also completely fine.
For me, traveling is important. I mean, as you said, traveling locally is also fine. It's just that what kind of a person is like sitting all the time in their house, like it's not curious enough that what's happening or how's.
I mean, sometimes it's economic constraints, right?
Then there's a lifestyle difference, right? Then if they're not able to travel because of economic constraints, then we have different lifestyles. And
so
then
you wouldn't marry someone who's of a different economic background?
No, I didn't say that. I'm not saying that they have to travel internationally. What I'm just saying is that they need to have the desire to see the world and the curiosity. Oh, wahan pe acha aisa hota hai, or something like that. Like the economic constraints, if a person is really driven, they save up to travel.
How can we as single women who are in the dating market and they're looking for precisely great guys just like you, how can we do better to show up for you guys?
One place where women can do better is to be more mindful of who they're matching with. And if they do decide to speak to someone, go for it. Instead of just having basic conversations with a bunch of people, you have 1,000 likes, you have 1,000 options to choose from, and that's overwhelming and intimidating. Stop thinking about that. Pick one, explore, and then if it doesn't work out, come back and pick someone else.
Women get a lot of likes, but most of the women that I've spoken to, they say that the quality is not there, it's just quantity.
You cannot know quality unless you speak to them. If you're saying that I'm getting 1,000 likes and none of them are quality, you're being superficial because you don't know any of these people. How can you say that? You have to take a gamble. You don't know that if this random person that you selected for a chat will be a quality person or not. So
when they can have some mechanism to filter out, right? Like if he has a shirtless picture Maybe that can be one.
To filter him out?
Yeah.
But what if he has like big muscles?
Again, depends whether you want, like, you're talking about dating or like marrying. I think they're two different people. Like, sometimes we don't marry the people we date.
Let's say if I'm in New York City, right? I'm swiping, I'm on a dating app, and I'm genuinely looking for somebody for a serious relationship, right? Now, a lot of women will have pictures in a bikini, right? Because that's just a cultural difference. It doesn't mean they're not looking for something serious. It's just the Indian culture. If I go to Saudi Arabia, well, maybe Saudi Arabia is extreme, but let's take the example of Indonesia, where I've actually spent a summer there. Now that's more conservative, right? But I don't think exposing skin in pictures, it doesn't mean that there's a certain intention behind it.
I was waiting for him to finish and won't cut, but I don't have any issues. It's just most of the women have said that, oh, guys were like posting shirtless pictures, they're into like short-term stuff and stuff. So I'm like, okay, then make your choices.
Is the assumption that I'm making about Shabazz just because he has a picture of him on the beach accurate? Is he really just looking for something casual?
I think I touched the sensitive topic. I just blurted this at
No, I'm
the
glad you did.
shortest
It's super interesting
filter.
because for me, I get a lot of women liking my profile because not because of my shirtless pictures, but because they also like going to the seaside. They love beaches as well. So there's something in common, right? Because they can tell probably I love going to the beach, right? So for them, yeah, we also love the seaside. So that's why I liked your profile, because I saw that you're on the, you go to the seaside a lot.
Thank you so much for watching today's episode of Verona Roundtable. If you enjoyed this video, do be sure to hit subscribe, share it with your friends, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye. Say bye.